Stop everything you're doing, because Kodak Black just blew the lid off the music industry, and trust us, the internet isn't ready. During an explosive IG live session, Kodak dropped secrets darker than a blackout in the Sahara, revelations so wild they make reality TV scandals look like bedtime stories. Every fan, hater, and casual scroller went from zero to chaotic frenzy in seconds, tweeting, posting, and memeing like the world was ending. This isn't just an artist speaking out. This is a full-on cultural earthquake. Kodak exposed shady deals, backstage betrayals, and industry practices that could make your jaw hit the floor faster than a trap beat drop. Fans couldn't believe their ears, and the haters, well, they're spinning in confusion, trying to figure out if this is genius or complete madness. The drama is immediate, intense, and unavoidable. Every clip of Kodak's revelation has been dissected, exaggerated, and memed, turning a single IG live into a viral hurricane. Forget Kardashians or reality stars. This is next-level chaos, conspiracy, and celebrity truth-telling wrapped into one explosive package. Strap in, grab your popcorn, and prepare for an insider expose that will make the internet melt faster than ice cream in a Florida summer. The moment Kodak Black went live on Instagram, the internet collectively lost its mind. What started as a casual check-in quickly turned into a verbal hurricane that shook the music industry to its core. Fans were glued to their screens, eyes wide, as Kodak began dropping information that was supposed to stay behind closed doors. Every word was sharper than a surgeon's scalpel, slicing through the polished facades that the industry works so hard to maintain. People immediately began screenshotting, recording, and sharing, creating a frenzy that no one saw coming. The background to all this drama isn't as simple as a bad week or a trending tweet. Kodak has always been the type to speak his mind, to expose the raw, unfiltered truth behind the glitz and glamour. Over the years, rumors of shady contracts, manipulative managers, and backroom deals have circulated, but nobody dared to say it out loud. Until now. Kodak's IG Live wasn't just a rant, it was a full-blown expose. Every revelation felt like a bomb dropping in real time, turning fans into witnesses of a scandal that makes reality TV feuds look like schoolyard arguments. From the very first moments of the broadcast, Kodak set the tone. His voice carried a mix of anger, amusement, and unapologetic confidence, like a man holding the secret codes to the industry in his hands. He described unfair label contracts, hidden fees, and shady business tactics that made viewers gasp. Comparisons were inevitable. This wasn't just industry gossip. This was Game of Thrones level intrigue, with power struggles, betrayal, and manipulation playing out in the world of music. Reactions started instantly. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok with clips of Kodak's revelations, each one dramatized, captioned, and exaggerated for maximum effect. Memes were born within minutes. Kodak just exposed the music industry, and it's messier than the Kardashians on a drama spree. This makes every reality TV feud look like a tea party. And Kodak Black isn't cancelable. He's the human microphone for chaos. Every share, every reaction, every retweet amplified the storm, turning a single IG live into a viral cultural phenomenon. The first leak that truly sent shockwaves was the insider detail about hidden revenue streams and exploitative deals that artists face daily. Kodak didn't hold back. He named the pitfalls, the loopholes, and the backdoor contracts that exploit talent while keeping executives smiling. Fans reacted with outrage, disbelief, and shock. Comments ranged from, "This is insane, I can't believe they get away with this," to, "Kodak is a hero for speaking the truth." The backlash wasn't just from the audience. Some industry insiders tried to downplay the revelations, but it was too late. The internet had already exploded. To make the moment even more dramatic, Kodak illustrated his points with vivid examples and personal experiences. He described situations where artists were promised the world, only to be trapped in deals that drained creativity, money, and freedom. His storytelling had an edge of theatrical flair, but it was grounded in undeniable reality. Fans leaned in closer, hung on every word, and recorded every second, knowing this IG Live could become legendary. The mix of anger, exposure, and charisma made it impossible to look away. Social media reacted like a wildfire. Within the first hour, hashtags like Kodak Exposes, Music Industry Secrets, and Kodak Black Live started trending globally. TikTok creators were remixing clips. Instagram users were making memes. and Twitter threads stretched for miles with speculation, analysis, and outrage. Every meme exaggerated the drama, making every moment even bigger than it actually was. Some fans even joked that Kodak had officially turned into the Michael Jordan of industry exposés, untouchable, legendary, and impossible to ignore. Critics tried to weigh in, but Kodak had already seized the narrative. Articles appeared online dissecting every claim, debating the validity of the leaks, and trying to frame the story in their own words. But no journalist, blogger, or commentator could compete with the raw energy of an IG Live where the artist himself was spilling secrets directly to millions. Every attempt at fact-checking only fueled the frenzy, creating a feedback loop that made the moment viral gold. The first reactions from fellow artists were equally explosive. Tweets and Instagram stories hinted at solidarity, curiosity, or disbelief. Some rappers nodded in approval, some dropped cryptic messages, and a few even used humor to comment on the chaos. Pop culture comparisons flooded in. Kodak's revelations were likened to a season finale cliffhanger of a Netflix drama, a political scandal, or even a reality show meltdown with billion-dollar stakes. The world watched, mesmerized, as a single IG Live shattered the illusion of control that the music industry thought it had. The tension reached a fever pitch when Kodak turned his attention to the people behind the scenes. Executives, managers, and those who profit off artists while keeping them in shadows. He described situations where decisions were made in smoke-filled rooms, deals were manipulated, and promises were broken. All while fans had no idea what went on behind the curtain. His words painted a picture of an industry as ruthless and dramatic as any cinematic thriller. The audience didn't just listen. They reacted, shared, and debated every revelation as if it were breaking news. By the end of the broadcast, the first wave of chaos had solidified. Fans were buzzing, memes were circulating at record speed, and the industry was scrambling to respond. Kodak had turned what could have been a private complaint into a cultural event, a viral spectacle, and a full-blown exposé that demanded attention. The level of outrage, fascination, and dramatic tension made it clear. This was not just another celebrity rant. This was history in the making, and everyone online was a participant. What made the first stage even more shocking was the unexpected specificity of Kodak's claims. He didn't just generalize. He described real contracts, exact practices, and even subtle manipulations that most fans wouldn't know existed. The depth of the revelation added credibility even as the drama escalated. Fans, analysts, and skeptics had to pause and consider, Kodak isn't exaggerating. This is how the industry operates behind the velvet curtain. Every comment thread, meme, and reaction video reinforced the reality of the situation, turning this one IG Live into a viral cultural phenomenon that dominated headlines, trends, and conversations for days. The first round of outrage wasn't just online. It spilled into mainstream media. Late-night shows, celebrity blogs, and music news platforms dissected every moment, often dramatizing the revelations even further. Interviews, podcasts, and commentary clips amplified the story, ensuring that even those who didn't catch the IG Live were now caught up in the chaos. By the end of the day, Kodak Black's name was everywhere, trending worldwide, analyzed, memed, and debated by millions. Fans began creating their own narratives around the event. Memes, reaction videos, and exaggerated commentary turned Kodak into a symbol of bravery, honesty, and chaos combined. Every reaction added a new layer of entertainment, making the first stage of this scandal feel bigger, louder, and more dramatic than almost any other celebrity revelation in recent memory. Even casual viewers who stumbled upon clips were pulled in, mesmerized by the mix of truth, outrage, and larger-than-life personality. The first 1-200 words of this saga established one undeniable fact. Kodak Black had seized control of the narrative, exposed hidden truths, and ignited a frenzy that no industry player could ignore. Fans, critics, and casual observers alike were captivated, participating in a viral storm that had only just begun. The drama wasn't just reported, it was amplified, exaggerated, and immortalized in real time, leaving everyone wondering what explosive revelation would come next. Just when the internet thought it had caught its breath, Kodak Black delivered the next wave of chaos, turning the IG Live expose into a full-blown cultural wildfire. Celebrities, fans, and commentators alike scrambled to react, each response adding fuel to a fire that was already unstoppable. Kodak's revelations weren't just gossip. They were seismic shocks to the very foundation of the music industry, and the reactions came faster than a viral TikTok trend. One of the first wild twists was the unexpected acknowledgement from fellow artists. Names that fans didn't expect to comment started posting cryptic messages, seemingly validating Kodak's claims. Memes exploded. One clip showed a dancing celebrity with the caption, "Even they can't deny it," while another showed an animated version of the industry literally crumbling under the weight of Kodak's words. Comparisons to cinematic betrayals, political scandals, and reality TV meltdowns flooded social media, proving that this wasn't just entertainment, it was an event that transcended platforms. Then came the public outrage. Fans weren't just shocked, they were incensed. Comments, posts, and tweets poured in at record speed, dissecting every revelation and debating the implications. Some fans shared personal stories of being misled by the music industry, others blamed executives, and a few started trending campaigns demanding accountability. Kodak's IG Live had opened Pandora's box, and the reactions were cascading like a domino effect, making it impossible for anyone to ignore the scale of the scandal. The memes reached a fever pitch. TikTok creators were remixing Kodak's words into dramatic reenactments. Instagram pages created compilations of his most shocking statements, and Twitter exploded with hashtag battles. Kodak exposes, music industry mess, and IG Live chaos trended worldwide. Some memes were savage, others humorous, and a few downright absurd, showing Kodak literally pulling the strings of the industry like a puppet master. Every reaction amplified the spectacle, making it feel like the drama was larger than life. Celebrity reactions added another dimension of spectacle. Some stars directly referenced Kodak's revelations in interviews, subtly hinting at their agreement without naming names. Others took a humorous approach, turning the scandal into jokes that only amplified Kodak's reach. Late-night hosts referenced the drama with satirical sketches, while YouTube reaction channels uploaded commentary clips that stretched into hours of discussion. Every new response, whether sarcastic or supportive, acted like an echo, magnifying the impact of Kodak's original IG Live. The escalation wasn't just online chatter, it became a media frenzy. Music blogs, news platforms, and entertainment websites scrambled to break down every statement. Analysts debated the legitimacy of Kodak's claims, while journalists highlighted the industry patterns he revealed. Even casual viewers who hadn't seen the IG Live were now hooked, reading recaps, watching clips, and joining the conversation. Kodak had effectively hijacked the media cycle, turning one Instagram session into a global cultural phenomenon. As the storm grew, the twists kept coming. Kodak revealed insider details that contradicted prior public narratives about certain executives and labels. Every revelation seemed more audacious than the last, leaving fans and critics scrambling to process the magnitude of what they had just witnessed. Some fans created timelines of events, others mocked industry denials with viral memes, and the commentary snowballed into a chaotic blend of outrage, fascination, and humor. Pop culture comparisons ran rampant. Memes likened Kodak's expose to a blockbuster plot twist in a Marvel movie, a shocking reality TV finale, or even a political expose that shook a nation. The exaggeration was intentional. Every social media user wanted to make sure their audience understood just how monumental this IG Live had become. Even reality stars and influencers joined in, posting reactions that turned the digital sphere into a massive, interconnected drama hub. The escalation also revealed just how much influence Kodak held. His words had the power to shape public perception, force industry responses, and dominate headlines simultaneously. Fans weren't just entertained, they were mobilized. The outrage was organized, the memes were relentless, and the reactions from celebrities and media outlets created a feedback loop of attention that ensured the drama would continue to snowball. Kodak had effectively turned one social media post into a multi-layered spectacle that no one could ignore. Public outrage mixed with incredulity as more specific allegations were teased. Kodak hinted at contracts, label manipulations, and shady business dealings that were so intricate and covert, they sounded almost cinematic. Fans theorized about each claim, piecing together potential scenarios and sharing their own interpretations online. Every theory generated more reactions, more memes, and more viral attention. Kodak had become both the protagonist and the narrator of a story that kept growing by the hour. The celebrity reactions became even more dramatic when some took indirect shots at executives, hinting that Kodak's revelations were just the tip of the iceberg. Comedians, influencers, and even other rappers began posting exaggerated interpretations of events, turning his IG Live into a serialized cultural event. Fans dissected every nuance, clipped every frame, and spread it across multiple platforms, creating a media phenomenon that few could have predicted. The online frenzy also highlighted the generational divide in reactions. Younger audiences embraced the chaos, making TikTok dances, memes, and challenges inspired by Kodak's words, while older audiences debated the legitimacy of the claims in forums and comment sections. Every interaction amplified the story, turning a single IG Live into a multi-generational viral conversation that touched virtually every corner of social media. By the end of the first 24 hours, the escalation had reached unprecedented levels. The original IG Live footage had been clipped, remixed, and memed millions of times. Reactions, both serious and sarcastic, had created an endless loop of engagement. News outlets referenced it, reaction channels dissected it, and fans built narratives around it. The digital world had transformed into a massive echo chamber where Kodak's revelations weren't just discussed. They were dramatized, exaggerated, and immortalized. Even attempts to downplay the scandal backfired. Executives issuing vague statements or denying claims only intensified fan speculation. Every denial became a meme, every explanation a punchline, and every industry statement a tool for further exaggeration. Kodak's IG Live had rewritten the rules of influence. Speaking directly to fans with unfiltered truth was far more powerful than traditional PR or media spin. Finally, the escalation underscored the absurdity and brilliance of the entire event. It was chaotic, dramatic, and larger than life, but it also demonstrated Kodak's unique ability to control narratives, ignite conversations, and dominate culture. Memes, celebrity reactions, and viral commentary weren't just entertaining. They were proof of a phenomenon that would be remembered for years. Every exaggerated post, every shocking GIF, and every sarcastic tweet ensured the story would remain alive and evolving. By the time the dust began to settle, it was clear that this IG Live wasn't just a revelation, it was a revolution. Kodak Black had turned a single social media moment into a multi-platform spectacle, a cultural earthquake, and a viral legend. Fans were engaged, celebrities were reacting, and the industry had been shaken to its core. The escalation was complete, yet the story was far from over. The aftermath promised even more shockwaves, consequences, and drama that would keep everyone on the edge of their seats. As the initial chaos faded, the aftermath of Kodak Black's explosive IG Live began to settle like smoke over a city in turmoil. But make no mistake, the effects were far from over. The industry was reeling, fans were still buzzing, and memes had taken on a life of their own. Kodak's revelations didn't just entertain, they shook the very foundations of a world that thrives on secrecy, manipulation, and power, plays behind the velvet curtains. Everyone involved, from executives to fellow artists, suddenly had to face the reality that no amount of spin could erase what had been exposed. Reputations were taking hits faster than a viral TikTok. Some industry heavyweights tried to downplay the scandal, issuing carefully worded statements, but the damage was done. Every vague denial was dissected, turned into memes, and posted alongside clips from the IG Live, effectively amplifying Kodak's message even further. Fans weren't buying the spin, and critics had little room to maneuver. Kodak had weaponized transparency, making anyone connected to the secretive machinations of the music world look either complicit or clueless. For Kodak, the fallout was a mix of adoration and scrutiny. He emerged not only as a fearless truth-teller, but as a cultural powerhouse who could control the narrative at will. Social media celebrated him with hashtags like Young Kodak Reveals All and Industry Unmasked, while YouTube reaction channels exploded with analysis, commentary, and exaggerated reenactments of his claims. Every post reminded the world, Kodak Black doesn't just make music. He makes headlines, sets trends, and dictates conversations in real time. The public perception of the music industry took a massive hit. Fans who had once idolized labels and executives now questioned every move, every contract, and every so-called industry secret they had been taught to trust. Kodak's revelations made even casual listeners paranoid about hidden fees, unfair deals, and manipulative power structures. Suddenly, a world that had seemed glamorous and untouchable was exposed as messy, manipulative, and dangerously exploitative. And Kodak had given them the keys to see it all. Celebrities who initially reacted with humor or cryptic support now faced consequences of their own. A few who had subtly hinted at approval were suddenly caught in crossfire, their social media posts scrutinized for hidden meanings or indirect confirmations. Some tried to clarify, some laughed it off, and others went dark entirely. The ripple effect of Kodak's IG Live was undeniable. He didn't just expose the industry, he forced everyone in it to respond, reshaping public perception in the process. The memes and social media exaggerations didn't stop. Some showed Kodak literally holding the industry in his hands, pulling the strings like a puppet master. Others depicted him as a superhero exposing corruption, while executives cowered behind curtains. Fans laughed, argued, and theorized, creating a digital ecosystem where Kodak's revelations dominated all discourse. Even news outlets couldn't resist the viral energy, often covering reactions and memes as much as the IG Live itself. Every exaggeration reinforced the spectacle, ensuring that the story remained alive and growing. Financial consequences were hinted at as well. Executives and labels faced renewed scrutiny, lawsuits, and public debates over practices that Kodak had exposed. Industry insiders who had previously assumed anonymity found themselves questioned, their credibility in doubt. Even casual fans started discussing contracts, royalties, and hidden clauses, turning what was once insider knowledge into common conversation. Kodak's IG Live didn't just entertain. It educated, shocked, and unsettled a world built on secrecy. Cultural impact was immediate. Merchandise, fan art, and even parody videos surfaced almost instantly, solidifying Kodak as a cultural icon of unfiltered honesty. Comparisons to whistleblowers, truth-tellers, and fearless disruptors became common. Some fans even likened him to historical figures who dared to challenge power structures, exaggerating for dramatic flair, but also highlighting the sheer audacity of his revelations. Kodak Black had become more than a rapper. He was a phenomenon, an unstoppable force shaping both entertainment and public consciousness. Meanwhile, the scandal fueled debates about transparency in the industry. Fans and aspiring artists demanded accountability, sharing advice, cautionary tales, and personal experiences online. Discussions about fair contracts, management ethics, and hidden pitfalls flooded social media platforms. Kodak's IG Live had triggered a movement, albeit chaotic, where information, outrage, and entertainment collided in ways that the industry had never faced before. Relationships within the music world shifted dramatically. Some executives distanced themselves, fearing association with a scandal that had gone global. Fellow artists either aligned publicly with Kodak or remained silent, knowing that speaking out could either solidify their reputation or draw unwanted attention. The social dynamics of the industry were suddenly under a microscope, with Kodak Black at the center, orchestrating a spectacle that was impossible to ignore. Public fascination didn't wane. Clips of the IG Live continued to circulate, each sharing platform exposing new audiences to Kodak's revelations. Reaction videos, analysis, and commentary kept the story alive for weeks. Fans debated, dissected, and exaggerated every word, turning Kodak's live confession into a serialized event that felt as dramatic as a Netflix binge-worthy thriller. It wasn't just entertainment, it was a cultural moment. Even weeks later, the impact was palpable. Industry insiders reportedly began changing contracts, reviewing practices, and considering transparency measures, all because Kodak had forced the world to look. The reverberations were not just online, but in boardrooms, studios, and social media strategies. Kodak had proven that one unfiltered live broadcast could spark a chain reaction powerful enough to affect behavior at the highest levels of the music world. Yet, despite the chaos, Kodak maintained his charisma and bravado. Fans celebrated his fearless approach, while skeptics acknowledged the audacity required to speak so openly. The drama wasn't just contained to music, it spilled over into pop culture discussions, late-night commentary, and influencer debates, cementing Kodak's IG Live as one of the most unforgettable moments in recent entertainment history. The aftermath also highlighted how deeply the audience craves unfiltered truth. Kodak's revelations fed a collective hunger for transparency and scandal, showing that fans prefer chaos over curated narratives. The excitement, outrage, and discussion generated by the IG Live demonstrated the power of one artist to influence perceptions, stir debate, and dominate culture in real time. Ultimately, Kodak Black's IG Live wasn't just an exposé. It was a masterclass in digital influence, viral storytelling, and cultural disruption. He had exposed secrets, sparked debates, forced reactions, and created a spectacle that would be remembered for years. Fans, celebrities, and industry insiders were all caught in a whirlwind, realizing that the music world had changed forever. The stage was set for the next chapter. While the immediate aftermath showed the consequences and chaos, the lingering suspense ensured that fans remained glued, anticipating more revelations, reactions, and viral moments. Kodak Black had created a narrative that wouldn't fade, proving that one live session could alter reputations, shift industry dynamics, and dominate pop culture simultaneously. Alright, fam, if you thought this IG Live saga was wild, buckle up, because the drama isn't stopping here. Smash that like button like it owes you money and drop a comment. We want your hot takes, wild theories, and savage memes about Kodak's revelations. Did this shake the industry for real, or is it just another viral hype train? Let us know, because your voice matters in the chaos. Subscribe, hit that bell, and never miss a scandal, because stories like this drop faster than a new TikTok trend. And trust me, you don't want to be the last to know. Every week the culture shifts, secrets get exposed, and memes get wilder. Staying updated isn't optional, it's survival. Share this video with your friends, your group chat, and that one cousin who lives for drama. Kodak just opened Pandora's box and everyone needs to see it. The industry will never look the same, and you'll want receipts on every twist, meme, and reaction as it unfolds. Don't just watch, engage, comment, debate, and share the chaos, because this story is bigger than one person, one platform, or one viral clip. And remember, fam, this is only the tip of the iceberg. The industry has secrets stacked like dominoes, and Kodak just knocked the first one over. We're here at the Rap Truth for every revelation, every scandal, and every wild moment, keeping it unfiltered, outrageous, and ridiculously entertaining. So hit like, comment your take, subscribe, and prepare for the next shockwave. The drama, the memes, and the chaos are non-stop, and you'll want a front row seat. Stay tuned, stay savage, and remember, at the Rap Truth, the truth is juicier than fiction, and we're serving it piping hot.